Dubai rankings are concerned, with the men's doubles with Lee Yong-dae and Yu Young-sung, having been in 4 finals this year, winning 3 of the titles, including the last 2 Super Series events. 2 titles in 2 weeks, the Japan Super Series and then their home event, the Korean as well. Fu Haifeng and Zhang Nan moved up a place, swapped places with the Japanese pair of Endo and Hawakawa, because Fu Haifeng and Zhang Nan were semi-finalists in Seoul. In fact, they're the defending champions here, aren't they? They won the title a year ago when unseeded. Biao and Mogensen moved up 2 places from number 7 to number 5. And so this should be a good match.
Men's doubles, please welcome world number 6 and winner of the Yonex Sunrise Open from China, Biao and Hong Wei.
Well, we can see that the top half of the draw, it's been decided. The 2013 winners, the world number 1s, Lee Yong-dae and Yu Young-sung, safely through. So too the number 3 seeds this year, the defending champions, Fu Haifeng and Zhang Nan. Bottom half of the draw yet to be decided. But I can tell you that the other quarter-final is already on court with the European champions, Sozonov and Ivanov. But here are the former European champions, Mathias and Carsten Mogensen. Olympics silver medalists, World Championships silver medalists. Won a gold medal this year in the first ever European Games in Baku in Azerbaijan. Beat the current European champions, Vladimir Ivanov and Ivan Sozonov, in the final of the European Games. And we certainly hope European Games grow into the sort of status of the Asian Games, the Pan American Games, the African Games. Well, it's not often that Biao and Mogensen seem to have opponents that are both taller than they are. That looks to be the case here with Biao and Hong Wei, both very tall athletes. So Mathias, the oldest man on court at the age of 35. His partner Carsten Mogensen, 32. There he is, 35-year-old, born here in the city of Odense. Carsten Mogensen, who's recently become a father, baby boy. He's very excited and proud dad too, and so he should be. Chinese pair, Hong Wei, 26, 12 days ago. Biao, 25, 6 days ago. Both of them birthdays in this month, October. Number 6 in the world ranking, that's not the highest they've ever been. They have been as high as 3, 5 weeks at number 3. We saw from their destination, Dubai ranking, that they're down 1 place to number 6. Second consecutive quarter-final here at the Denmark Open. Who did they lose to last year in the Denmark Open quarter-final? Their opponents of today. But they had a good win, didn't they, yesterday against the beaten finalists from the Korean Super Series event, Kim Ji-jung and Kim Sa-rang, having to come back from dropping the opening game, and coming back strongly in the decider, 21-16. So to the number 4 seeds from Denmark, the left-handed Mathias and his partner Carsten Mogensen. Mathias been in 3 finals, not just the 2 finals with Carsten Mogensen. They won the title in 2010, having been beaten finalists the year prior to that. They are number 4 in the world ranking. They have been number 1, 62 weeks as world number 1s. 3 titles this year from 9 tournaments played. European Games being one of them, and the All England Championships, the Super Series, and the Side Modi Grand Prix Gold. Well, let me tell you about that first round match against Govi Shem and Tam Wee Keong. They had to save 2 match points in that third and deciding game. Came from 18-20 18-20 down to win 22-20 on a run of 4 straight points. And then in the second round yesterday, beat the winners of the Singapore Super Series event, Angga Pratama and Ricky Suwadi of Indonesia. This will be the 5th beating between the two, as you can see. Last time they met was in the quarterfinal of the French Super Series last year, 2014. 3 games on that occasion. In fact, of the previous 4 matches, 3 times it has gone the full distance. So our umpire for this one, Eddie Rufianto of Indonesia, and Wolfgang Lund from France, the service judge. Comes from a sporting family, does Hong Wei. Both his parents professional basketball players. Chai Biao first made his name winning the World Junior Mixed Doubles a gold medal back in 2008. Beat a certain Jiang Nan in the final of those World Junior Mixed Doubles Championships. Now, of course, as if we didn't know, Jiang Nan gone on to win world and Olympic titles in the mixed doubles with Zhao Yunlei.
And started a partnership with Biao Chai, Jiang Nan in the men's doubles.
Absolutely.
Played actually a very good men's doubles together.
Yep. In fact, won the China Masters Super Series event in 2012 together.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Mathias and Carsten Mogensen, Denmark. And on my left, Chai Biao and Hong Wei, China. Hong Wei to serve to Mathias Bo. Level, play.
So the men's doubles quarter-final. Number 4 seeds from Denmark against the number 6 seeds, Chai Biao and Hong Wei from China. Well, as far as the Danes are concerned, Mathias Bo and Carsten Mogensen trying to reach their 7th consecutive semi-final in their home event here, the Denmark Open. Well, we often talk about whether athletes rise to the occasion when they're playing on home soil or whether they feel the pressure of the expectations from the fans and of themselves. Well, I think the Danes, you can safely say, they've always played well here, haven't they?
Yeah.
So
They
it's
have,
over. 1, 2.
they've had trouble, Bo and Mogensen, in the beginning against this pair, Chai Biao and Hong Wei. Lost the first 2 times against them, and before the 2 Chinese players formed this partnership, they actually felt that they had really good control when they were playing them in other partnerships.
Play.
Suddenly, the 2 that they considered the weaker part in their former partnerships beat them, and it took a couple of matches to learn how to cope with that. And let's see how it goes here, because it hasn't been one of the best seasons yet for Bo and Mogensen, but there's an explanation to that. I mean, of course, Carsten Mogensen becoming a dad has sort of taken up a lot of his concentration
And emotional energy.
Emotional energy. Had to leave Indonesia Premier Series. They were not knocked out of the tournament. They simply had to give a walkover because he was on a plane back home where his wife was about to give birth, and then the preparations up to the Worlds, of course, being a newborn, being the dad of a newborn baby.
Yeah.
It takes time to sort of get used to that role, and after the Worlds, where they lost to a very well-playing Chinese pair, Liu and Chu, Bo fell ill.
Yeah.
The same disease as Jano Jorgensen and pretty much got up from the hospital bed and went to Japan and performed at an amazing level compared to the preparation. So we shouldn't be too harsh on them.
No, and I mean, it went through my mind, as you said, that Biao and Mogensen hadn't had the best starts to the year. I mean, crikey, they've won 3 titles already, including the All England, one of the premier Super Series. There's an awful lot of players in World Badminton who would think that was a sensational year.
Yeah.
But they have set themselves very high standards, and because they've achieved so much, we, the fans, also expect them to deliver the whole time.
Exactly. And they're sort of really, really dangerous if they get past the second round of the tournament. So I wouldn't say that they're inconsistent. I would just say that they tend to play themselves into the arenas, and when they get a couple of matches and still are in the tournament, they're a very, very dangerous pair.
Yeah.
Play.
Yeah. Good combination play. One setting it up for the other.
Yeah. And as we were mentioning, Jill, in the pre-match talk, they're really tall, the 2 Chinese players, and also the other combination from China, Lu Kai and Liu Cheng, is a tall couple of guys, and that sort of kills the myth that went on for a number of years in Denmark, that in China you were only selected if you were sort of a model size for badminton. You could not be higher than that and not be shorter than another measurement and so on. So, and we've known that in the Badminton Association for a number of years, because we talked to the Chinese coaches, and they say, of course, we choose the players that can play badminton. And that's the beauty of this, that you can actually sort of compensate for your physical traits by being good at specific things. And we see that the Danes, they're tall players as well. Yeah. And they're really, really good in the service situation, amongst other things. And I think that's the beauty of badminton, that it's not one single skill that's deciding who's going to win.
There he is, watching Daddy play. I don't think he probably realises the enormity, but isn't that lovely?
Another Skov.
Table tennis player, wasn't she?
Very qualified table tennis player.
Yeah, Mathias.
And winner of Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, Strictly Come Dancing, we call it in the UK. Yeah.
I think I recall that the son was called Benjamin Noah, but I'm not 100%.
Play.
Not sure he's been christened yet.
Service server, 8-5.
that's nice defense.
Service over.
A chance to talk to
6-8.
Carsten Mogensen when we were out here Tuesday, and he told me that everything went well with his son. He was told that they were lucky because he was a very good sleeper, and I refrained from saying like father, the son. But yeah, that's always nice because it can be complicated sometimes to be new parents. Oh, that's long.
Yeah, so too is that, surely.
Yeah.
Oh, that is glorious.
Yeah.
What a super shot from Hong Wei.
7-8.
And that's a little bit of a concern, perhaps for the Danes. We don't really know how well Mathias Biao has recovered, because he's been ill for quite a while, and they weren't really able to establish what the diagnosis were. He got up from the sick bed and traveled to Japan and Korea, so he's probably not in that good of a shape right now because he's not been able to practice consistently.
Service over. 9-7.
That's good play, isn't it?
Service over.
They're so strong in the fast-paced game, these two Chinese players, Chai and Hong, and if they can get the game going on those premises, they have a good chance of winning. The Danes, they know that, but sometimes they tend to forget it in the first game, and the coaches have to remind them, hey, remember what the plan is against these players here. But of course it will be...
Service fault called.
Service over.
Oh, he certainly deceived Mathias Biao. Called above the waist. There's the clear hand signal. That means above the waist. Wolfgang Lund from France, our service judge.
Service over. 9-10.
I was really surprised that they were able to do so well in Japan, the two Danes, because when you're out of the practice hall for a while, it takes the feel away from the service situation. But apparently they managed to handle well. I think we've seen enough, Jill, to simply establish that there is a drift coming towards the camera. Got to be more careful lifting when you're playing on the side where Biao and Mogensen is standing right now.
Well, the advantage is with the home players, Mathias Biao and Carsten Mogensen, but it is just a one-point advantage.
Det er rigtig godt, som vi holder det hårdt for dem. Det skal vi blive ved med. Så når vi får de der oplagte, også nogle gange fra midtbanen, når vi har muligheden, så tryk med en lille maskering. Det behøver ikke være ret hårdt. Men det der, når vi lige går Palermo på den, eller rykker den en lille smule til sidst, det har de svært ved.
Ja, men de bliver altså heller ikke ved med at tage de der, vi er oppe og trykke på nettet.
Nej.
Og hvis de kan det, så er det også flot, ikke?
Jo, og så hold dem på Wei Hong, fordi det kan godt være, at han tager dem, men han laver ikke noget med den. At vi bliver ved med at holde fast i den, ikke? En gang imellem se, om vi kan holde nettet lidt mere, hvis de laver en, sådan en god fedter, ikke? Ja, kom så, dreng. Godt med de drop der. Du vil have dem med. Også gerne lidt flere cutter.
So what was Lars Uar saying there, Steen?
He was saying when they were pushing, or when they had the chance, then once in a while just push with a little bit of deception. And make it hard for the Chinese players. And Mathias Bo had a very good comment. He said, yeah, but when we're pushing from the net, they can't keep on saving those shots. If they can, then it's really, really good of them. And that's a very, very good way to think about it.
Yeah.
Instead of getting scared and saying, oh, we need to change things.
Yeah.
No, we just need to adjust a little bit and do it a little bit better, execute our own shots a little bit better.
Yeah.
And then leaving the court, he just told Bo that it would also be okay to make a few sliced smashes. Good defense.
I just want to go back to that point you made, Steen, about the fact that the Danes did so well in the September Super Series event semi-final in Korea, where they had an hour and 39 minutes against the world number ones Lee Yong-dae and Yu Young-sung. And, you know, you said that it's surprising considering Bo had been so sick prior to that and hadn't been able to practice and so on. I remember back in 1992 here at the Denmark Open, a certain Darren Hall, in the men's singles English player, wasn't going to come to the tournament because he'd been sick. He ended up winning the title, beating Morten Frost in the final.
And
so, sometimes it just takes the pressure
away.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're just happy that you're not in the sickbed, that you're actually playing a tournament. And even more famous, the first Super Series ever played. Yep. Peter Gether won it. He got up. He was hospitalized for 2 days.
Yeah.
In Malaysia, got up and won the tournament.
Yeah.
And he wasn't used to winning tournaments at that time in his career. It was a bit late in his career, but we talked about that. Who of the coaches who should sort of knock him out on the next airplane flight to Asia, so we could hospitalize him for a couple of days, and then he would go on to win the tournament. And then again, when Bo and Mogensen, when they're playing 1 hour and 39 minutes, it's not 1 hour and 39 minutes of rallies.
No,
there's really good breaks in between that. So I would be surprised if there's 39 minutes of actual rallies. Probably around 25 minutes would be my guess.
Well, that was a good little run by the Danes, wasn't it? 5 straight points.
Yeah. That's why they're strong, the Chinese, when they can make these counter-attacks. That one is not good enough. Clever hit by Hong Wei, targeting Carsten Mogensen, who's on his way back from the net. Call.
Yeah.
Service over. 16-13.
And I think that was important because they played so well with those run of 5 straight points and then a couple of sloppy rallies.
Yeah, so If they lost that one, then all the advantage would have been gone.
Yeah.
Excellent move by Mathias Ball.
He's wonderful coming forward, isn't he?
Yeah, look how quick he comes forward, and that puts pressure on Hong Wei. So it's not a totally unforced error. He knows that it has to be precise, otherwise Mathias Ball is there ready to kill it.
Yeah.
Play.
Oh, look at that. That is sensational. Yeah, and even a nod of approval from Zhang Jun.
Yeah. And on a number of occasions, we've seen the Danes pull through with one player not really playing up to his level, but the other one covering for him. Here, I think we see both players playing well.
Yeah.
Oh,
The curse of the commentator.
14, 18.
jinxed the serve.
Yeah.
That was a terrible serve. Couldn't get the right feeling in his hands and fingers. And that was actually not that good either. That's a contradiction to what I said, because
Yeah. But
you need to make these shots.
This is the point that I made just a moment ago,
Yeah.
that they played so well to get the advantage, and then it's sloppy.
Yeah, but there is some points of equality comparing them to Asan and Sechawan.
Yeah.
They're really, really strong in the service situation, and some easy point can also sort of fall out of the basket.
Yeah.
15.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the two Chinese players, Hong Wei and Biao, Biao, they're taking shuttles that are long. They're not leaving them here on the back court. Judging from their foot position, I'm pretty sure they would have gone long. He's been dominant at the net. Mathias Bo.
4 game point opportunities for the number 4 seeds. Crikey, that's a good smash, isn't it? Pace and angle.
17-20.
A loud gasp from the crowd. They thought there was an opportunity there. Two game points have come and gone. Another 2 remain, though, for the former champions.
Play.
quick reaction by Hong Wei.
Yeah. Oh, that's good too. And Chai Biao.
19.
3 game points saved. Just one more opportunity. For Biao and Mogensen.
Yeah. A little bit of indecision by Bo. Sort of standing in a position where it's not obvious for Carsten Mogensen what he should cover. Leaves a big gap in the right corner.
Play.
Oh,
Oh, you said he was sharp at the net, didn't you? Oh, why?
20 all.
That's brilliant.
yeah.
Utterly brilliant. Look at that. 4 game points saved. It's 20 all, and we need extra points until there's a clear 2-point winning margin.
Great placement by Bo. Looked as if it could go either wide or long, but
20.
right in the corner.
Yeah, look at that. You're not kidding, are you? So now a 5th game point opportunity for Biao and Mogensen. And a 5th one goes a begging.
Service over. 21 all.
Good control from Biao.
Play.
That's a nice block, isn't it? And once again, blocks, moves forward.
Yeah. And a great rally.
Yeah. Game point number 6. Surely this time.
Play.
Gosh, he held that serve for an age, didn't he? And a lucky net cod sees them home, 23-21. 26 minutes for that opening game. He held it and held it and held it. My goodness. And then look at that. Bounces off the top of the tape. Opening game.
Gode dem, der spiller kort foran outside, der. Han kommer bare op og spiller den kort.
Ja, og de der, hvor vi veksler. Rigtig godt i defen. De der fedt på stolperne. Så skal vi huske, når vi er kommet foran, og så må vi ikke gå ned på bevægelsen. Vi er nødt til at blive ved. Ikke? Bliv deroppe i gearet, og så må I tage pauser, hvis det er. Ikke? For de skal ikke have lov at komme tilbage hver gang, når I har sat dem af. Og stadigvæk i offen, gerne nogle flere cuttere med nedefra. Når vi hænger dernede, skal vi ikke give fart. Så lav de der stejle, ikke? Og der kan de godt finde på at komme med noget kort på den, noget kort kryds eller sådan noget. Men de andre, dem hejser de stadigvæk kryds langt. Så dem skal vi ned og have fat i. Og så synes jeg stadigvæk, at vi skal blive ved at gå på Hongen, når det er, at vi har de gode chancer. Sæt en eventuelt en lille maskering på. Men den anden, han vender den. Det gør han ikke. Han spiller den bare op til os igen. Okay. Vi skal have svipperne med fra start her. Gerne med god højde, så han ikke dømmer den derovre. Okay. Kom så her.
One. 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
So the Danish coach reinforcing or any new instructions?
Now reinforcing and mentioning that when we have a lead, we still have to keep moving, and you could understand he feels that they've been standing a little bit still when being a little bit satisfied, a little bit content when they have a lead, and then they've spotted that Hong Wei is not as creative as Biao.
Second game.
So
Level.
if they're in a little bit of a problem or also just want to get another chance of attacking, then it's the better choice to attack at Hong Wei. They were trying to he sort of encouraged them to flick a little bit here from this side with height, so it wouldn't get called by the service judge, and that must be to keep an opening for the short services. I actually think they've been serving reasonably well, but it's a fair point as Boa has sort of missed a couple of short services. So
Yeah.
Service over. 1-all.
and then some reinforcements of specifics that they've spotted in their video analysis.
More frustration there from Hong Wei. Oh, my goodness. Very nearly got it back.
4-1.
Yeah.
Service over. 2-4.
Have to say the Chinese pair do look so much more dangerous when they're on the attack. I know they've got very good defensive play.
They're quick in the flat game, but if you can use the steep angles against them,
Yeah.
they're not so strong, and I think nobody is really, but so the trick is to get to use these
Out.
steep angles.
Service over. 5-2.
Oh, that is good judgment, because we think it holds up that end, don't we?
Service over. 3-5.
We were talking in the men's doubles yesterday, weren't we, with the qualifiers, Yu Cheng and Li Kai against the world champions, Mohamed Hassan and Hendel Setiwan, but how short the rallies are.
Yeah.
With certainly with the world champions playing, they like to keep the rallies short, and you've already made the point that this Danish combination very similar in that way.
Yeah.
So much concentration on the serve and return.
I think the Danes have a little bit better defense than Asan and Sechewan, except when they play them, because they have a very, very strong attack and a very skilled front court player. So the Danes can actually withstand some kind of attack from the opponents.
That's good judgment again.
But
Service over. 5-6.
I think if you ask them, they prefer not to play too long rallies.
Yeah.
Except when they play Asan and Sechewan, because if you don't play long rallies against them, you're pretty much going to lose the match. That's well played.
That's great play. And Carsten Mogensen.
And I think, generally, the Danes, they do really, really well when Bo wins the challenge with the other pair's preferred front court player. When Bo can beat the other pair's front court player, they have a really, really great chance of winning.
Yeah.
There, the flick was.
Service over.
Now I'd like to see him flick one more time the next time he serves to Hong Wei, because if I were Hong Wei, I would be really concentrated on the short one the next time. We've seen a lead sort of vanish again.
Yeah.
Excellent. You see this smash here from Bo is steeper. It's not as hard as Mogensen's smash, but it's steeper and thus perhaps even more dangerous.
Yeah. No, not the best of low serves, was it? He was a little bit loose, and it got what it deserved.
Yeah. I can understand the concern of national coach Lars Ure, because it would be nice for the Danes to have a 3-4 point gap going into the end game of this second game. Otherwise, almost anything could happen. We saw that when they squandered 4 or 5 game points in the first.
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's well taken from Chai Biao.
Yeah. Clever attack. Keeping their balance.
Chai Biao in his third consecutive quarterfinal here at the Denmark Open. Not in the quarterfinals last year with his partner of today, but in 2013 with Tai Yun.
Service over. 9-8.
Yes. Very, very good work once again from Carsten Mogensen.
10-8.
Yeah. And he hits it at a spot at Chai Biao, whereas if he does the natural thing, he will defend directly into the forehand of Mathias Bo. So he tries a difficult return, which is too short and then killed by Mogensen.
Oh, that's a shocking serve.
Yeah.
Well, I think Chai Biao, Hong Wei was probably so surprised by the serve that.
But they haven't been serving well here in the second game. The positive thing is that they're still 1 point ahead.
Yeah.
But they probably would like to serve a little bit better in order to get more easy points. And this could be an opening for Hong and Chai. Let's see if they can take it. That's a good serve. And a good return.
So a 2-point advantage. In the second game at the mid-game interval, it was only 1 point advantage for the Danes in game number 1.
Husk at spille med dem. Og så skal vi lige have endnu mere højde på det første løft. Hvis det er, I synes, den er lidt hurtigt derovre, så løft over mod round the head, der stopper den en lille smule. Ikke? Men højde på det, og så kan vi lave de der opsamlinger ude på stolperne, hvor vi får chancer bagefter. Dem skal vi lige have gang i igen, ellers er det rigtig godt. Stadigvæk god tid mellem duellerne, og så max gas, når vi er derinde. Ja. Vi skal have bagmanden med op, og så får vi de der muligheder for at dumpe ned til dem.
Og det er godt, de der, når du får den der høje på bare Charles slår på ham, så slår blødt, fordi så får han ikke den der, så slår han bare lidt tilbage, så får du chancen.
Så skal man hugge ud i grøften på der.
Well, he was positive in his tone. What about his words?
Yeah, I almost forgot it, but the defense could go towards the net posts. They feel they have some chances if they block towards the net posts. Probably stolen from the Koreans from World Championships 2014, where they suddenly started playing the net posts. And some specifics on where to hit Biao Chai. It's a good idea to hit soft at him in the beginning because he can't turn it around, and he just leaves a better chance, like we saw perhaps the second last rally of before the interval here. They want the net player to come closer to the the backcourt player to come closer to the front court player in order to be able to put the shuttle below the tape. And I guess there was some more, but it just shows how careful you have to be in what you say during the interval, because it's codes, and that's why it's so important that it's not codes, but it's very abbreviated sometimes. So if you suddenly get another coach on the chair, perhaps you don't have the same codes. Perhaps they're not as well understood. Yeah, he also said take your time in between the rallies, and yeah, normally it's not necessary to tell that to. I don't know what it is with the left leg of Mathias, but he's shaking it all the time. It looks like he's starting a scooter or something.
Yeah, I actually thought in Korea in the semi-final, I thought he was cramping up on one of his legs.
Yeah. Sometimes, look at that. We couldn't see it on the television, but sometimes he's doing these awkward movements. I think he's got some problems, some chronic problems with his hips, so he needs to be careful how much he practices and so on. After being on the national team for 12, 13 years, it takes its toll on your body.
Yeah. Well, what's extraordinary is that this Danish pair, this is the 12th year that they've been in this partnership.
Yeah, they started in 2004.
Was that your decision to put them together?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
But later on, I had thoughts of splitting them, and thank God that someone talked me out of that.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much important, that the strength of a team, the strength of a pairing is actually measured by how well do you tackle conflicts and misunderstandings and different opinions and so on. If you can resolve that, then you have an incredibly strong partnership.
Yeah.
from what I hear, they normally don't share a room when they're when they're traveling, because they're different personalities and and they have different needs. So it's a very, very good idea. Why should you necessarily be able to share a room just because you're playing well together?
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Danish swipe.
Yeah, exactly.
In the copying backhand.
There should be actually an oral warning. Backhand, and then you can allowed to hit it.
Here it is. Look at this.
Yeah.
When have you ever seen that in the men's doubles?
It's been a while.
Well, it worked for them. Who are we to criticise?
And while we've been talking, they've sort of sneaked into a 2-point lead. And that's one of the reasons that I somehow think when I hear this from someone close to the Korean team, that Lee Young-dae and Shinbaek Cho, they can't play together because of their different personalities. I think that's why you should put them together.
Yeah.
Because they should complement each other. There's some hard work up front, but I think they could be a lethal combination.
16.
Yeah, I did too. He's got to sort out his serve. Something's gone drastically wrong with Mathias Biao. His low serve.
In the first game, I think it was actually quite okay. He missed 2, but I mean, why put too much emphasis on that if all the others were good?
Yeah.
Service over, 15-16. Hong Wei.
Oh, that's extraordinary from the umpire, isn't it? Dane's asked to towel down.
Yeah.
It's up to the Chinese pair whether they want to follow or not, but the umpire virtually told them to go. Towel down.
Yeah, and in some ways it's actually a good idea, because otherwise they will come after the next rally.
Very good point.
Asked to towel down, and
Absolutely.
he's very, very experienced, the umpire, Eddie Rufianto.
Yeah, he certainly is.
From Indonesia.
Oh, Dane's in terrible trouble.
Yeah. What was that?
Gone wrong. They're both just defending the same side of the court.
And the Danes were actually, they were not talking about it, but Lars Uhr said that if you feel that it's difficult to control it, play the backhand corner. So they probably feel that there's a little bit of drift that way as well. So it could actually be that it's quite hard to find the baseline. It's
18-15.
It's good work by the Chinese combination here. Coming back in the first game, losing it, and then slowly clawing their way back. Not a good start to the set either, but put themselves in a good position now.
Well, the fans trying to do their best to lift the Danish pair.
See, that's not good enough.
16-20.
From Biao Chai. He tries to get that straight, but it's way too short. Clever smash placement from Mogensen.
Oh, dear me, what has happened? You know, you were talking yesterday about Lee Chong-wei and talking about how confidence is fragile.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking about that on the Mathias Boa serve.
Yeah.
You're right. He served perfectly fine in the first game.
He was playing so well.
Yeah.
In the first game, both Danes were playing so well. Was the thing that they allowed the Chinese pair to come back? Is that a factor? I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it's a factor. Like we saw PV Sindhu struggling to get the first game. She came out firing in the second, but well played.
Yeah.
The good thing about sort of the old Bo compared to the more inexperienced Bo a number of years ago is that he seems pretty much unruffled by it. So tomorrow, if they win this match, he will be able to go out and serve perfectly well. In his younger years, he would be affected by it.
Yeah. Well, they've narrowed the gap to just 1 point now.
That's well played.
This is very well played, isn't it?
Opening
Jamming
up the court.
Yeah, and that jamming attack. So 2 game point opportunities for Chai Biao and Hong Wei to steal this second game and send it to a decider. Oh, my goodness, that's magnificent.
I have a feeling now that this Bo is going to launch an almost perfect serve.
Well, the home fans are hoping you're right.
Who's taking the safe option?
Well, the flick serve, the safe option as you call it. And it's 20 all. 2 game points saved. So like the first game, we will go extra points until it's a clear 2-point winning margin. Yeah, that was a much better serve, wasn't it? Terrific.
Yeah, great coverage by Carsten Mogensen.
So having saved 2 game points, now the former champions Mathias Bo and Carsten Mogensen have a match point opportunity. Oh my goodness. Yeah, what a good return of serve.
Service over. 21.
Good use of the mid-court area, past the net player, but landing in front of the rear court player. Oh my goodness. That was fortunate from the Danes' perspective. I think the Chinese player's possibly guilty of just taking his eye off the shuttle.
Yeah.
Seeing that Bo
What's
had
going
fallen
on?
over, and then he mishit the shuttle. Total mishit. So now a second match point opportunity for the Danes. Well, it's all been happening today, hasn't it? Yeah, court attendant asked to come back on. Perspiration still lurking on the court surface.
Thank you.
Match point opportunity and a 7th consecutive semi-final appearance at their home event awaits tomorrow. Saving those 2 game point opportunities in the second game, Carsten Mogensen and Mathias Biao come through this quarterfinal 23-21 to 23-21. Symmetry in the scoreline in 53 minutes. Well,
today's matches are now concluded.
Needed to hold their nerve, and hold their nerve they did.
Join us again for the finals, for the semi-finals tomorrow at 12 a.m. Have a safe journey home.
And a moment of victory. 53 minutes and through to the semi-final of the Denmark Open. Once again, Biao and Mogensen. Well, that, of course, means that there will be home interest tomorrow. In fact, there's 3 home interests in semi-finals day, isn't there? Because the mixed doubles with Jochen Fischer-Nielsen and Christina Pedersen. And, of course, one of the matches we saw, Victor Axelsen destroyed the 2-time Olympic champion, Lindan, 21-8, 21-7. We'd started with a magnificent men's singles, Chao Tien-Chen, the number 7 seed, coming through in 3 games in 1 hour and 25 minutes. Then the mixed doubles and the pair from Indonesia, Tontowi Ahmad and Liliana Natsir, needing 3 games. But of course, they've been in the final here for the last 3 years. So yet another semi-final for them. And for PV Sindhu in her women's singles against the 5-time finalist, Wang Yihan, 2 titles she's won here, the Chinese player, at the Denmark Open. So PV Sindhu through to her first Super Series semi-final of the year. And as we've just seen, Biao and Mogensen delivering once again 2 very tight games, 23-21, 23-21. So that's quarterfinals over for today. We will be back with semi-final action tomorrow, 12 noon. Remember, that's earlier than today. 12 noon, that's 1000 GMT from all of us here in Odense, especially from Stine Pedersen, myself, Jill Clark. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
World number 4, runner-up at the BWF World Championships,